Doping controversies in tennis, the cases of Jannik Sinner and Iga Swiatek. Imagine this, the 2025 Wimbledon singles champions, Jannik Sinner and Iga Swiatek, stand atop the podium, their names etched in tennis history. But beneath the celebration lies a shadow of controversy, as both players have recently faced anti-doping suspensions. This raises questions about fairness and the integrity of the sport. But here's where it gets controversial: how are these high-profile athletes being treated differently from others facing similar issues? And this is the part most people miss: the implications of their cases extend far beyond just Wimbledon, touching on broader issues in sports governance and anti-doping policies. This year, Iga Swiatek swept Amanda Anisimova in a historic double bagel final, securing her 6th Grand Slam title, while Jannik Sinner edged out his rival, Carlos Alcaraz, in a thrilling 4-set match. Both are first-time Wimbledon champions, but their achievements come with a cloud of suspicion due to their anti-doping violations within the past 12 months. This is unprecedented in Wimbledon history, making it a topic of intense debate. Sinner, currently ranked world number 1, faced a 3-month suspension after testing positive for a banned anabolic steroid, clostebol, twice in March 2024. His physiotherapist, Giacomo Naldi, used a healing spray containing the banned substance, which inadvertently contaminated Sinner during treatment. Despite initial rulings that absolved him of fault, WADA challenged this decision, seeking a much longer ban. However, Sinner ultimately agreed to a 3-month suspension, missing 6 tournaments but none of the major Grand Slams before returning to play at the Italian Open. On the other hand, Swiatek was suspended for a month after testing positive for trimetazidine, a heart medication, in August 2024. She provided extensive evidence, including laboratory analysis and hair samples, proving that the contamination came from a batch of melatonin she had taken to combat jet lag. WADA accepted her explanation and declined to contest the 1-month ban imposed by the ITIA. While both cases involve contamination, there are significant differences. Sinner's initial ruling stated he bore no fault or negligence, whereas Swiatek's case was categorized as no significant fault or negligence. This distinction led to Swiatek receiving a ban despite her innocence, while Sinner avoided one initially. Additionally, WADA's potential appeal in Sinner's case could have resulted in a much longer suspension, highlighting the complexity of these situations. These cases have reignited debates about fairness in sports. Players like Nick Kyrgios, Denis Shapovalov, and Lucas Pouille have criticized the handling of these cases, suggesting preferential treatment for top athletes. They argue that other players have faced more severe consequences for similar infractions, raising questions about the consistency of anti-doping enforcement. For instance, Tara Moore, who tested positive for nandrolone metabolites and Bolden 1, served a 19-month provisional suspension before being cleared of fault. Such discrepancies fuel perceptions of favoritism, especially when top athletes can afford top legal representation and specialized laboratory testing. The frustration extends beyond these specific cases to the broader challenges in anti-doping regulation. Athletes must meticulously report their whereabouts for regular testing, leading to significant stress and paranoia. Many players have expressed feeling traumatized by the process, with some even breaking down emotionally. Looking ahead, the future of anti-doping in tennis hinges on addressing these issues. Proposed changes to the WADA code aim to provide more lenient penalties for contamination incidents, focusing on the source rather than the contaminated product itself. This shift aims to reduce the burden on innocent athletes while maintaining the integrity of competitions. Ultimately, while Sinner and Swiatek's achievements at Wimbledon are undeniable, their cases highlight the need for a fair and scientifically sound approach to anti-doping in sports. As Travis Tigert, CEO of USADA, noted, the current system often punishes innocent athletes, creating a challenging environment for clean sport. The conversation around these cases invites us to think critically about the balance between enforcing rules and protecting the rights of athletes. So, what do you think? Should top athletes be treated differently in anti-doping cases? Or does the current system need fundamental reform? Share your thoughts in the comments. The epic rivalry, Carlos Alcaraz vs Jannik Sinner. A tennis legend marvels at the electrifying rivalry between Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner, two young guns setting the court ablaze. This season, their epic battles have graced the stages of two Grand Slams, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. At Roland Garros, Alcaraz emerged victorious after a heart-stopping comeback from the brink of defeat, turning the tide against all odds. Trailing by 2 sets and facing a triple match point, the Spaniard fought back to secure his 5th major title in an unforgettable 5th-set showdown. Fast forward to Wimbledon, and Sinner sought revenge, only to find the world number 1 had sharpened his game. Yet, the Italian triumphed, becoming the first from his country to lift the trophy in London and ending a 5-match losing streak against his nemesis. The world eagerly awaits their potential clash at the US Open, where their 2022 quarter-final encounter left spectators breathless. As we anticipate whether these two stars will light up Toronto and Cincinnati, Mats Wilander, a Swedish icon, confessed his disbelief at Alcaraz's dominance in their previous meetings. In this final, it was astonishing to think that Alcaraz had won their last 5 encounters, Wilander mused to L'Equipe. It's easy to recall that Sinner should have clinched victory at Roland Garros a month ago. There, as well as here, he was the standout player. Over the past 2 years, Sinner has surpassed Alcaraz in improvement, which paradoxically offers the latter greater potential for growth, especially in shot selection. But here's where it gets controversial. Wilander's observations hint at a complex dynamic between the two talents, one that invites debate among tennis enthusiasts. And this is the part most people miss. The narrative goes beyond mere wins and losses, delving into the intricacies of strategy and mental fortitude. So, dear readers, what do you think? Is Alcaraz's shot-making the deciding factor, or does Sinner hold the key to unlocking his full potential? Share your insights in the comments below. Alcaraz vs Sinner, the rivalry that's redefining modern tennis. The Alcaraz-Sinner rivalry is nothing short of legendary, two young titans pushing each other to the absolute limits of their abilities on the grandest stage of tennis. On Sunday, Jannik Sinner, ranked world number 1, emerged victorious at Wimbledon, defeating Carlos Alcaraz 4-6, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4 to claim his first Wimbledon title and 4th Grand Slam championship. This triumph marked a significant personal milestone for Sinner, especially given his agonizing loss in the French Open final just a month earlier, when he squandered 3 match points in a grueling 5-set battle. Alcaraz had aimed to join an elite club of players who have won Wimbledon 3 consecutive years. However, once Sinner took the lead after the initial set, he dominated the remainder of the match. This victory was particularly sweet for Sinner, as he became the first Italian male to win Wimbledon. Their head-to-head record now stands at 8-5 in favor of Alcaraz, with the score even at 1-1 in Grand Slam finals. These two players have clearly established themselves as the top contenders in men's tennis. What makes their rivalry so compelling? For starters, they inspire each other to reach unprecedented heights. When they face off, it's akin to watching a high-speed game of Pong, with the ball zipping back and forth at breakneck pace. Spectacular shots like Sinner's between the legs half volley during the final or Alcaraz's audacious stretch for a sliced backhand pass exemplify the exceptional skill displayed in their encounters. 3 of their 4 Grand Slam matches have gone to 5 sets, and their thrilling French Open clash this year is already considered one of the greatest matches ever played. Both players attribute their growth to each other. They acknowledge that the competition drives them to improve daily and push harder than ever. I'm truly grateful to have built a fantastic relationship off the court while maintaining a fierce rivalry on the court that motivates me to excel, Alcaraz stated after the Wimbledon final. In the broader context of tennis history, Alcaraz and Sinner have been instrumental in reshaping the landscape of Grand Slam winners. When Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Novak Djokovic dominated the sport from 2004 to 2023, they claimed 65 out of 77 Grand Slams, a remarkable era. In contrast, Alcaraz and Sinner have captured the past 7 major titles between them, with Sinner securing 4 and Alcaraz winning 3. While younger players like João Fonseca may emerge as threats in the future, it's difficult to envision anyone surpassing this dynamic duo anytime soon. One of the most intriguing aspects of their rivalry is the stark contrast in their playing styles. Unlike the intense animosity between John McEnroe and Ivan Lendl, Alcaraz and Sinner genuinely enjoy each other's company both on and off the court. Alcaraz brings flair, charisma, and a touch of showmanship to the game, while Sinner excels with power, poise, and an unwavering composure. Their ability to adapt to each other's strategies ensures that every encounter is filled with suspense and excitement. Sinner's recent win at Wimbledon not only solidified his place in tennis history but also kept the rivalry alive. It ended a string of 5 consecutive defeats for Sinner, bringing their head-to-head series to an even 8-5 in favor of Alcaraz. Each time they step onto the court, it feels like a classic match, reminiscent of the legendary duels between Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal, Djokovic and Roger Federer, or Federer and Nadal. So, where does their rivalry stand in the annals of tennis? While Martina Navratilova and Chris Evert's record of 80 matches, including 60 finals, might remain unbeatable, the current dominance of Alcaraz and Sinner suggests they could be contenders for a similar legacy. As long as both players continue to win and challenge each other, their rivalry will undoubtedly be one of the most memorable in tennis history. What do you think? Will this rivalry rival the greatest of all time? Share your thoughts in the comments.